This is 3 News Daily.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 3 News Daily on this Wednesday, August 2nd. I'm Stephanie Haney. Thank you for being here with us for what matters most to you here in Northeast Ohio. And we start with national news that matters to everyone around the country. Former President Donald Trump was indicted on more federal charges yesterday, this time tied to events that led up and through the January 6 riots in 2021. Those new charges that he now faces include conspiracy to defraud the U.S., conspiracy to prevent others from carrying out their constitutional rights, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, that referring to congressional efforts to certify the 2020 election, and then the actual obstruction of an official proceeding. Now, a lot of experts say that these are the most serious charges that the former president faces and will face. And a key distinction here, one reason why they're saying is because these are charges that the former president faces for something that he actually did while president. The other indictments that we've seen so far leading up to this point, the indictments coming out of the state of New York, those come from actions that the president allegedly took before he was president, and the actions that he took in Mar-a-Lago with obtaining classified documents, the charges related to those actions are charges for something that happened after the former president left office. So again, this is the first time we're seeing Donald Trump charged for something that he did while actually serving as the president of the United States. Now, he will appear in court on Thursday in Washington, D.C. That's where he'll be arraigned, and then the process will move forward. This is something that has become familiar to the former president. I want to let you know that we have multiple specials related to the charges that the former president faces. Those are on WKYC.com and also WKYC Plus and the WKYC YouTube page. Right now, there's an In the News Now special where you can look back at the hearings related to January 6th that were held in Congress that led up to these charges that have now been presented against the former president. All right, now we turn to Northeast Ohio, where yesterday National Night Out was celebrated throughout our communities. The annual event is meant to reconnect the community with police and comes at a time when violent crime is on the rise in Cleveland. Teresa McCurry tells 3 News that National Night Out educates people about how to stay out of trouble.
Because while we're here, we want to let our light shine so people can know that you do not have to commit crime.
Business owners tell 3 News they have noticed a larger police presence in the city. And as we reported earlier this week, Cuyahoga County Sheriff Harold Pratel hopes to have more deputies patrolling downtown within the next 2 weeks. Meanwhile, the Cleveland City Council Safety Committee met today to address the rise in violent crime after another violent weekend in the city. City Council members addressed issues like stolen cars, shootings, and homicides. They also discussed their plan to fight crime moving forward. We'll have more details about what was said at the meeting coming up on 3 News at 4. Now to Stark County, where a high school football coach who had been put on paid leave is back on the job. The head football coach at Massillon Washington High School, Nate Moore, was put on leave last month during an investigation into alleged hazing involving his players. In a statement to 3 News, the superintendent of the school district said they reviewed the situation and that the district is now, quote, extremely confident in his ability to lead our athletic programs as well as our football team. No criminal charges were filed in the case.
Hall of Fame Enshrinement coverage is sponsored by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers, where you'll find more all-wheel drive vehicles than anywhere else. Toyota, let's go places.
All right, Pro Football Hall of Fame Enshrinement Week is here in Canton, and today was an exciting one for the kids. The official celebration for a new football season kicked off this morning with Play Football, First Play. Today, thousands of kids formed a human chain and passed a football along a 3-mile route from downtown Canton, which is where the NFL was founded, all the way to the steps of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. There was plenty of celebrating with inflatables, gaming trucks, and more. Looks like they were having a blast. Now, 3 News will have continuous live coverage from Canton for Enshrinement Week. Tonight at 7 p.m., we're honoring Cleveland Brown and 2023 enshrinee Joe Thomas, focusing on his road to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Then tomorrow, the Browns take on the New York Jets in the Hall of Fame game, which you can see right here on WKYC. Now for your entertainment news. The auditions continued last night on NBC's hit show America's Got Talent with major star power from here in Northeast Ohio. First, there is 19-year-old Summer Rios, a singer from Brunswick. Listen to this.
find my dust light, I'm telling you, baby. These things eat at your bones and drive your young mind crazy.
Incredibly talented. We had her in the studio live this week, and right now Summer is working as a manager at Pizza Hut and says she is ready to take on singing full time. And the AGT judges agree because she got a yes from all 4 of the judges to move on in the competition. And we actually have 2 Northeast Ohio stars who were on AGT last night. Meet 25-year-old Zion Clark from Canton. He was born without legs, but he doesn't let that slow him down. He's been a wrestler and an MMA fighter, and he also has an interest in music. Clark grew up drifting through the foster care system until he was adopted when he was 17. And while his physical strength is impressive, so is his mentality.
Pain is temporary. You know, it is something that, you know, it can weigh you down, or you can make it your friend and use it to rebuild and build yourself up stronger.
Now, Zion is waiting on AGT's call to see if he can move forward with the show. And in the meantime, the final round of auditions is next week, and live shows start August 22nd. Now, before we go, we are just hours away from the next Queen of Hearts drawing. The current jackpot sits at $1.3 million. Not too shabby. Tickets for this popular game are just $1 each, and tonight's drawing will take place at 8 p.m. at the Grayton Road Tavern. Now, you want to see a big crowd come out for something. This Queen of Hearts game, it always draws a big crowd. Hopefully somebody brings home that jackpot. That would be a life-changing amount of money. All right, thanks for watching 3 News Daily with us today. Whether you're watching on WKYC Plus, YouTube, Instagram, or listening on your favorite podcast platform, we appreciate you. Have a beautiful Wednesday, and we'll be back next week with more of your top stories from Northeast Ohio. Have a great weekend, everybody.